the LMT Specwar. So let's break down this gun, what makes this gun so special and why I like it so much. LMT is unique in the sense that their upper receivers are monolithic. So this upper receiver is one unibody piece with the rail. That means that there's little to no flex for your laser and aiming devices, your flashlight, or anything like that. And they also have a proprietary barrel mounting system with these two torque bolts right here. That makes it easy for caliber changes, although I'm not doing that much. But let's start with the back of the gun and we'll work our way forward. So I have a B5 stock on the back of this. This has a really nice cheek weld on this for when I'm mounting on my optics. We've got the LMT gray buffer tube. I like just having a little gray mixed in on the panels and on the back of the buffer tube. This is an aftermarket grip, aftermarket safety, aftermarket trigger. I actually got this lower on another gun, and I may be swapping it out, but I'm giving it its time of day to start out. This is a Geisley SSAE trigger. It's a two-stage trigger, so I have some pull to the wall. Now that I'm on the wall, I can break through and pull it. This helps me greatly for precision shooting. I can prep that trigger as I'm settling my sights, waiting for that visual patience before I break that shot, and then it's just a nice, crisp, clean break. We've got a Radian SD charging handle. It's vented to help with shooting suppress, so you get a little bit less gas in your face. And I'm running a Psionics MP3 BCG. I like the MP3 because it stays a lot cleaner than a standard BCG. I'll later be upgrading to a LMT enhanced bolt inside of the gun just to keep it all matchy-matchy. They do a lot of magic on that bolt that we can just fill in right here. And we're back. Let's talk about optic setup. I've tried many different optics, and I've tried LPVOs with larger magnification, but I keep coming back home to the Vortex Razor Gen 2E 1x6 LPVO. Why? Because it has the largest eye box and some of the clearest glass that you can have on the market. Paired with it is a Trijicon SRO and a Jaegerworks Bros mount. Same optic that I run on majority of my pistols. The Bros mount helps protect it. It is a metal cover over the optic. So when I'm participating in multi-gun matches and things like that, if I'm dumping it in barrels or in a bin, I don't have to worry about my optics going down. You can even see we've got a couple of dents on the scope here just from repeated use. Vortex has offered to warranty this out, but I like this gun. The Zero is just too good right now to give it up. So maybe once I change something, I'll give it back, but I kind of like having a little personality on the gun, you know? This is all sitting in a Unity Tactical Fast Mount. It's 2.26 inches in height. What that allows for is an upright firing position where my neck is at a more comfortable angle. Typically on a lower mount, I'll be mounting my cheek, but now I mount my chin on it, my lower part of the jaw. And I found it's a lot more comfortable, and being cross-eyed dominant helps me pick up my sights a whole lot faster. Got a nice bird flying right now. I don't know if we'll be able to pick that up on the mic. We got a helicopter flying over us right now. What do we have going on up here? This is my infrared aiming and illuminator device. It is a MAL C1 Plus. This is the civilian version of the MAL. This, in my opinion, is one of the best civilian lasers on the market right now. It throws the laser downrange, it throws the illumination. I've tried PECs, I've tried some different Steiners. I keep coming back home to the MAL. It also has some of the best ergos for the buttons, where I can keep the same C-clamp on my rail and still operate it. Underneath that, we have a mod light. I switch between the mod lights and Surefires. These mod light PLH V2s have insane amount of candela and throw for white light. It'll light up any room that you're in, and during hunting applications and low light matches, you can start lighting up targets pretty far down range. I have the Surefire multi-use switch on the back where I have a plug for a pressure pad. I also have a clicky cap installed in case this pressure pad goes down. If you guys have been shooting a lot, you know that the pressure switches aren't always the most reliable pieces. I've had Surefires go down, I've had mod buttons go down, so I like having the ability to clicky cap it and turn it on just in case. And then I have these Magpul rail panels on here. These are extremely grippy. If you have a larger hand, it fills your hand out a little bit better around the rail rather than just grabbing the metal. And just like the silicone carbide on my pistols, it just locks your hand into place. Finally, on the end of the gun, we have a Rex Silenium MG7. This is a relatively cheap suppressor. I think they retail for around $400. And it just sounds great, it performs great. There's just a lot of back pressure going back into the gun. So I'll be eating gas in some certain positions that I'm shooting in multi-gun matches, and it makes the gun pretty dirty. That might be getting swapped out to a Huxworks Flow 556K once it's out of jail. But overall, this gun is so dialed, there's very little recoil, and it's been my most accurate gun in my multi-gun matches that I've had out of the plethora of ARs that I have in my safe. I just put the reticle where I want it, pull the trigger, and that bullet goes there. Finally, we have a Magpul MS1 sling. They're easy to adjust, and as you guys know, I work with Magpul, so I have a lot of their furniture and DACA pouches and other things like that, but tried and true. I've always used the MS1s or MS4s and the other MS series of those slings, but this comes together to be just a powerhouse of an AR. So I use this in matches, I use it for night vision. This is the #1 gun I'm grabbing out of the safe. It's extremely reliable. It's hard to say something bad about this gun. I did pay for this full price. None of this was sponsored on this gun or anything like that. I spent my own money on this thing, and I think it was money well spent. So we have a special treat for you. This is Joe from LMT. He is Mr. LMT himself, and this is his personal Specwar, and he's going to tell us why they developed it.
Real basic, this Specwar was developed for warfighters to be more lethal with night vision capabilities. The big thing with lethality in the soft community is being able to shoot under nods. A lot of warfighting has been done in that way, so being able to stay on target, get effective hits, and utilize different training ammunitions and stuff, quick barrel feature, quick barrel change feature, but mainly for the rigidity of that upper receiver. 12.5-inch mid-gas barrel to be able to shoot suppressed, not get a lot of blowback, but just be a good shooting rifle.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing I absolutely love on my Specwar. I've had 11.5s, I've had 10.5s, I've had 14s, every length you could imagine. I've had the AR, but the 12.5 is the perfect length to mount your laser and get that nice dexterity on your arm so you can operate that laser and still move your rifle. As you know, I always like to bring the gun back to that same shooting spot as a pistol, and the 12.5 platform gives you an optimized setup for that. We talked about the monolithic rails before, so there's no shift on your laser.
Yeah, with the Mars lower on that upper, full ambi controls, it really makes this a total general purpose platform. Yep. You really don't need a whole lot else.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. That was my index finger. What? And then check this out. What is this? A mag release? What? Get out of town. Look, he just learned about that.
I didn't notice that. No way.
We're still teaching.
Joe, thank you for showing us your personal gun.
Not a problem.
If you have questions about any of these parts, let me know down in the comments. You can reach out to me on Instagram. I'm pretty good about responding to DMs pretty frequently. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the Specwar. And Demon in the sack. I don't know why I said that.
Demon in the sack.